rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Well, it's over, isn't it? I hope you've had a wonderful week. It is Friday, my favorite day, one of my favorite days. Do you have any big plans for the week? I have a few weekends. I have a few plans. Hopefully, if everything goes right. Slow down, Chris. If everything goes right, I'll have we'll have another product from Father Flanagan's lines of products available Monday. We'll see. The evil one said, since I said it on the show, that y'all are going to have to keep my feet to the fire on it. So I'm just saying. So we're going to do that. But in case you missed it yesterday, and for those who aren't aware, let me show you our new. We've got a new product from Father Flanagan's. I'm not going to drum it into the ground too much. We'll be back in a minute and we'll start the show and we're going to do some stuff. It's going to be fun. Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is... It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Blue ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. All right, we have... Thank you all for bearing with me this morning. We've got Ryan here. The amazing Super Ryan is joining us this morning. Yeah. Neil gets to go wherever he wants. He's like, he's like the quantum heathen.
He's able just to shift through time and space and locations. Right.
Yeah.
Love that for him.
See, John is down in hell too. John was down there and he saw me he was there. We were fixing a party and smoked the dank bud. And then I got sucked up to heaven.
That's probably the most frustrating thing, is having that dank and probably hell's a big hot box. That's just my assumption,
Right.
It's a hot box. And to be taken from that That is excruciating.
Yeah. It's probably all sticky with like purple leaves and stuff.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. But he says he'll save me some, but I doubt it. I don't believe his lies.
These heathens, can they be trusted?
Right. Can they be? The answer, I think that would be no. Good morning, Ryan. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I've had a good week so far. The dropping the video yesterday and then watching the show back last night. I watched the show back last night, for those of you who don't know, was really kind of motivating for me. Made me feel good. It's fun. I was like, hey, this isn't bad. This guy's got potential.
Right.
Yeah. So I got all kind of motivated. I'm looking forward. I got up this morning. I was like, I'm looking forward to hanging out with my peeps.
Yay.
Except Vesta. Not Vesta. Vesta doesn't count.
Oh, damn. Vesta.
I know. You know how Vesta is. Good morning, Vesta. How are you doing today? Ember is here. Ember says, see, if you lean or learn enough physics, you can be in every afterlife at once. I think that may be the lesson we take away from that. And Neil. Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is I'm screwed.
Possibly. And not in a good way. Not in the OnlyFans kind of way.
No, not in a fun way.
Neil, if you're watching, that would be fantastic. I would love for Neil deGrasse Tyson to see that. That would be fantastic. Would that not be fantastic? Let's see what's going on in the chat. I want to say hello to all of our friends. Ambushed Apostate is here. Good morning, Seth. I hope you're doing great. Austin Sims, hey, I hope you're doing great. You made it back. Things are going great in your world. Staying out of trouble, sinning safely, I hope. Daryl is here. Daryl said, good morning, Daryl. Guten Morgen. Daryl says, when I was a kid, I used to pray every night for a new bike. Yeah. Yeah, until I realized the Lord doesn't work that way. So I stole one and asked him to forgive me instead. Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, is what I've heard.
To be honest, when it comes to God, it just depends on who you're stealing it from as to whether or not he's going to frown on it at all. He may actually encourage you. He's like, that's your bike, bitch. Go take that bike from that. Go get it. That's your bike. Do you need to unalive their entire family to get that bike? You do that because that's your bike.
You're the chosen cyclist.
You are. You're the chosen peddler.
Peddler of lies.
Peddler of lies. Oh, it's Daisy. There's our sound engineer. Hi, Daisy. Good morning. Come here, Papa. Come here.
Is that Daisy?
I know. It's Daisy. We're making too much noise already. She's like, you're blowing out the amp here. There's our Daisy Dukes. She's such a wonderful puppy dog. She's like a little, I don't know if you guys, hi. Can you say hi to everybody? There's everybody. She's fantastic. Good girl. Okay, I'll try to go easy on the equipment. She's our Panther Pup. The name of my production company is Panther Pup Studios.
Oh.
So that's whenever I actually start making money on anything. That's where it'll funnel through all that. Panther Pup comes from her because you obviously see she's the panther color. Yeah. And she'll do the play bow, and then she'll freeze down in the play bow like a cat about to pounce. So that's where we got the Panther Pup idea from.
Cute.
Yes. If society collapses and that's looking ever more imminent by the day, it's going to be unfortunate having to eat her. But
or she might just eat you because she is.
She's not as food motivated, as like Ollie and Sadie. They are the most food motivated of our dogs. But
that might just because she trusts you.
Once
that trust goes away.
Well, that's true. No, you're right. But she's not the most food motivated, but she's the one where when you give her the food, you usually toss it to her. Because if you try to give it, she's like, oh.
The signs are there, Chris. The red flags are there. You just want to ignore them.
I know. She'll start with the eyes.
She's going to get the chewy bits first.
Yeah, no doubt. Simply Secular Dave is here. Panthers or cats? Calling your dog that is speciesism.
Speciesism.
Species. I know. Dog's like, what the hell? Canis Pantera. I like it. Secular Philodus. Canis Pantera. We should actually do a sci-fi based on that. Good morning, John the Heretic.
It's called Cat Dog. Have you guys not seen the cartoon Cat Dog?
I have not.
You've not seen the cartoon cat dog?
There's a cartoon.
Oh my
called
gosh, yeah. Yes, it's
Candace.
a half cat, half dog. Like one end is a cat, one end
Wow.
cat dog.
That's
cat
crazy.
dog.
Canis lupus familiaris. Is that like a German Shepherd, right? Mickey Genome 8, species appropriation. There you go. I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Rainbow Ash. Good ungodly morning. Working and lurking. Good morning, Rainbow Ash. Thank you for joining us.
Rainbow. Oh, good. Rainbow knows. Ash knows.
Rainbow knows. Yes. Chick Magnate is here. Good morning. The promised it's the promised bike. That's right, Chick Magnate. That's right. It's the promised bike.
It is.
I feel like it's dark in here. Maybe I'm just having a stroke. I don't know. We'll see. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Do you guys have anything big planned for the weekend? I have a video I'm going to drop this morning, probably about 11 Mountain Time, 1 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern. Damn it, Jim. Get your head together. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start working on another product line for Father Flanagan's. Got to head over to the laboratories, Father Flanagan's laboratories, and light a fire, if you know what I mean, and see if we can get another product out. That's what I'm going to be working on this weekend. Ryan, what are you doing? You use live streaming with the girls still? I
have to touch base with them. I've not been able to do much. I literally spent hours yesterday mopping the floor because there's pee. So I had to mop the floor and, vacuum and then mop and I had to I had to cut a lot of plants down and move them because they were on the floor because they're seeing the plants and thinking that it's where you can pee. So I've been trying to get my plants off the floor. So
how old is your daughter? I mean, you'd think she's old enough to know better to do that. I mean,
you'd think by now she'd be potty trained.
You'd think. Is it her boyfriend hiking his leg on the plants in the living room?
She could be blaming it on the dog, marking his territory.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm a bad man. So
not much planned. I would love to get something filmed. I have been wanting to film the next series, part of my series for the Cult Dropout, and I've just, it's been over a week and I feel really I want to. I just not been able to. So hopefully maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. Good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm kind of finding, let me, I don't know about you. I've been on this brain drug now for like 3 weeks, and I'm finding it starting to feel like I'm still doing things. I'm just having to drag myself to do them a little more than I was there does that make sense? I mean, it probably does because you're of the same bent, but I got the medicine, and for the first couple of weeks, I'm like, oh, look, I got to go do that. Now I'm like, okay, I got to go do that. But I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do that. And I said, a little bit of that seeping back in.
Did they say that you might need adjustments at all?
They did. They said because of my size and because I'm a girthy girl, I'm not actually. I'm just tall and lanky.
Right. Yeah, my husband's
the
well-hung the same stature as you. He's 6'3", so he's pretty much the same. And sometimes he's got to take like an extra ibuprofen or whatever. So I would not be surprised if you just need a little uppity in your dose. Not that I'm a doctor. Don't take my advice.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. They actually warned me that may be the case. Yeah. He said the first month we'll go at this level. We'll probably have to bump you up. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So, well, they bumped me up, and I think it's a little bit better. I might even feel like maybe even a little bit more, but I feel like I'm almost there.
Well, good. Well, for the first couple of weeks, I'm like, man, this is pretty good. If they give me more of this, I may be unstoppable. We don't want me taking more of this.
Like,
I will be
seriously Super Chris.
Yeah, I will be the Super Chris, So I don't know if I want to take anymore. I don't know if I want that much power. But like I said, it's starting to wane a little bit. John the Heretic is headed to the beaches.
Have fun.
I'm so jealous. Yes. The cat dog ancestor. What's that? Save some fun for us.
Yeah, just save some sun for us.
Yeah. You know what? I don't put the lotion on, man. Cover your ass. Do not get a sunburn. You'll regret it later. Every one of them you regret. I'm an old person. Al Trucker is here. Did you know Al Trucker was in the chat?
I did not know.
Yes.
Outrigger. Toot,
Yes.
toot.
And there's someone else in the chat. You may recognize them. I don't know if you'll recognize that.
Hey-o. Look at that. Excuse me.
I know. I got my Friday Dade Murphy cup. My This Ain't Weed cup.
Maybe it's infused with weed, and as you drink from it, you get elated, you get enlightened.
Yes, that's good. That's good thinking. For those of you who don't know, I actually got to meet the amazing Dade Murphy
Jealous.
at the Ark Encounter protest, and I met him that morning. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the dispensary. I got some stuff to get, and I'm like, cool, that's cool." And then like later on, I'm sitting there wrapping up the show and I'm hot, it's stupid hot outside. I've been sweating all day. I'm about to fucking die. I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't lie to you here in front of Ryan. I'm on the verge of death. I need to sit in my car, right? But he comes over and he hands me this little black bag and it's kind of heavy. Now here in Albuquerque, you get like a quarter or like an ounce of weed. And sometimes that ounce of weed will come in this like glass jar. They're glass. They can be quite hefty.
Yes. Yes, I've seen those.
And so that's what I thought he'd given me. I didn't even look. I stuck it in my car and all the way back to the hotel, carrying all the shit up all the way. I thought, man, I got some dank ass weed. This is gonna be some Dade Murphy weed. It's gonna knock my dick in the dirt. I'm gonna be like, where is that dick? It's here.
It's here. Not the dick in the dirt.
Right. And then I opened the thing. I got in my hotel room and I'm like a kid skipping towards it. Oh, I gotta open it up. And it's this cup. Which really, part of the thing was I love the cup, obviously. The weed would have been long gone. The cup is getting used and enjoyed. But part of the deal also is I knew I was fixing to have to go back through the airport. And I didn't want to carry anything to the airport. I thought, oh man, I hope you didn't, Dade. I hope you didn't. Thankfully, you didn't.
Chris was suffering from heat stroke a little bit.
I was, but getting through with an ounce of weed would have been hard in Kentucky, I'm sure. But it was hard enough getting through with the mug because they're like, "Damn, that's a handsome man on that mug," and I'm like, "I know," and they're like, "We may need to confiscate that," and I said, "No, you cannot have my Dave Murphy mug."
Don't do it.
Me and the TSA people were about to throw down, and they finally gave up. Do you believe that? I'm an atheist, so that means we don't lie.
Right. It's the truth.
John the Heretic says, I'm always using sunblock. It's Florida. Yeah, when I was younger, I occasionally tanned. My face just got it because I worked in the oil field for 20 years. I didn't put shit on. So I'm glad we did wear long sleeves. Our bosses had us wear long sleeves. That's the case we got, though.
You've been checked for sun cancer, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, I guess so far, no, I don't know. Yeah, well, I did go to a face doctor a while back to have them look at my face for cancer.
Good.
Yeah, they did. They didn't find any yet, so we'll keep looking at it. Let us see here. Where did the thing go? Did my thing lock up?
I don't know.
It looks like it may.
What's happening?
Anyway, I don't know. But everything's still streaming. So that's all right. Cool. Let me check our poll for the day. It's Friday. The poll for the day, I was a little busy this morning, so I didn't put any fun into it. It was more of a serious poll. And the question of the day is, what's the best reason to leave Christianity? And Ryan, you may have a specific reason completely different than this because you're from a specific cult.
I am from a specific cult.
Yeah, and getting away from your cult is harder than some.
Right.
Yeah.
Some, yeah. It just depends on the tactics.
Do you still get the urge to randomly knock on people's doors or any of that? I'm just curious.
Oh my God. You have no idea what sometimes I still feel that relief.
Do you?
Like, no kidding. Really? I sometimes wake up on a Saturday morning and I feel that relief of like, I don't have to like wake up, get dressed in a dress on a winter day and knock on someone's door for hours. Yeah, truly. That's how mumuch I hated it. So don't you worry. Won't be happening.
Right. So this guy makes a post. I don't have it up or available. He's like, you're a nice guy. I hope Jesus. Oh, it was for the new year. Whenever I was done celebrating the new year on the in the comments of that video for the new year, he's like, for your next year, I hope you manage to somehow find Jesus in your heart. And I thought, man, there's no way. I know way too much about your religion and all this business. It is never, ever going to happen. I mean, you know, I guess I might have a stroke or something, or I might have an accident, hit my head, you know, I may fall down and hit my head. Money, if I was offered a lot of money, you hit me up with Joel Osteen kind of cash, I'll believe damn near anything you want me to.
But they just don't get it though, do they? They don't understand how revolted we are by it. It's like that cake we discussed that has just a teensy bit of poison or poop in it. And we know better. So even though that cake might look delicious, we're never going to eat it. And they're sitting there with a handful of it. Are you sure? One day you might get hungry. One day you might want to eat this cake. And we're like, no, we know what's in the cake. They're like, no, it's really good. You're going to want it.
That is great. You know, that is an excellent analogy.
Yeah,
I mean, analogy. I'll clip that out later. The whole cake thing. So you're talking about how we know that it's a beautiful looking cake, right? Except for there's a turd in there. It may just be a little bit of one spread somewhere throughout there, but we know it, right? I love that analogy. That is fantastic. But you know what I've discovered recently? What I've discovered recently is that religion, Christianity especially, because when you go and look at the text and all of the things, it's actually a cake full of shit. And really, it's only the icing that is even remotely good. Is people will hand you this and go, oh, look at it, it's beautiful. And you're like, you know what? Some bitch, that is beautiful. Right. And then they just start eating it. Yeah.
But we know that it's riddled with scat.
Yes, it is.
Cat turds, if you will. And probably even the kitty litter. Just grindy little sandpapery bits.
For crunch. For some crunch. Like grape nuts.
I can never eat grape nuts again.
Yeah, I know. We're bad people.
Tooth on that.
Yeah.
What happened?
Grape nuts are rough, man. They were rough, but they could be delicious. All right, so I'm going to look at our poll. So on our poll, what is the best reason to leave Christianity? Let's see, how should I do that? Disagreeing with historical actions of the church. Only 3% of our 38 votes have said that. Experiences of harm or hypocrisy within the church has got 21% of the vote. The problem of suffering and evil in the world. How can you have God who claims X, Y, and Z and yet still have suffering and evil and sadness and sin? Got that. That's at 13%. And then lack of scientific evidence or historical evidence is leading the pack at 63%.
Okay.
You guys are awesome. Wow. Let me do this. I know. Wiley County Smart. Austin Sim says, all of these are great reasons, as is because I want to. See, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, what the best one being is subjective, completely, absolutely subjective. I mean, Ryan could sit here and go, if on the list I had put not having to get up and put on a dress and go annoying people and knock on doors on Saturday, she probably would have chopped. That's the reason right there. Click. You know, there are so many different reasons why different people either left or enjoy the fact that they're gone. And they'll never, ever eat from that cake again.
I can't see that cake the same.
Do you know, I remember being a youth or something, being a kid or watching movies, you know, and you'd see these people who were standing up for something noble and you're like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get out of there. And you'll be okay. You go live, fight another day, you know? And they're like, no, I'm never going to kneel to you. All right, man, I got to kill you. You sure you don't want to kneel? No, I will never. All right, fine. You know, and I'm like, dude, kneel. And now I'm like, I understand.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a possibility I might be turned towards cake as a whole. Like I might question every cake now. I might be skeptical of every cake because of what I was put through with the previous cake. I might say, where has this cake been made? Whose hands touched it? Right? Which is how I would be with any religion moving forward.
Yes.
I'd be
The
asking all
cake
those
is indeed a
questions.
lie. The cake is a lie.
Boopity boop.
That's right. And if you've icing on a turd, that's right, Al Trucker. That's what we were talking about. And hey, if you're lucky, it may have
Lipstick on a pig.
lipstick on. That's right. Soul Stealer says the cake is a lie, a filthy lie. If you're familiar with the Portal games, throughout the thing, this portal creature offers you cake, and you see written on the thing, "Cake is a lie. Don't fall for the cake." Religion is the cake here, my peoples.
It's like Alice in Wonderland. She got the eat me, the drink me. She's like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
Yes. Who isn't a cakeosexual? Well, when it comes to real cake, as long as there's no poo in the cake, generally it's good cake. I frown on poo cake. Daryl, everything is made of chemicals, even us. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Just not like X, Y, and Z chemicals at certain things, poo chemicals in my cake chemicals. I don't like poo chemicals in my cake chemicals.
What about Star Trek? Could you live on a ship knowing that everything you eat is broken down poo particles?
Let's if we're going to do that, there is no difference between that and between using fertilizer
Manure.
to grow your plants.
True. Yeah, when you break it down like that and you think of it that way. Good analogy.
Kind of
there we go.
Yeah. Yep, I'm great with the analogies today. Chick Magnate, good morning. Austin Sims, Simply Secular. Dave, Aaron, good morning, Aaron. Miss Non Sequitur is here, and we'll never have that recipe again.
Oh, yeah. I left my cake out in the rain.
Damn it. Who left a cake in the rain? Bad cake.
Damn, what's her name? MacArthur Park song?
Wee chic. I don't know. Wet cake? Wet cake is yucky. Have you had three tres leches cake? Tres leches?
I've heard of it, but I've not had it.
Okay. In my experience, every time I have eaten tres leches cake, it is yucky and disgusting. It's runny. It's more of like it's just wet. It's like eating wet cake. Yes, every time I've eaten tres leches cake, it's always yucky.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I was going to ask you if it's really mushy, moist. So yeah, okay. No, I don't know that I've ever had it.
Yeah, not mushy moist in the good kind of way, by the way. Just yucky moist. Yeah, really? Yeah. Amy Nicole Cervantes. See, we're on the same page. Amy Nicole Cervantes says, I don't like it either. I have a question for you guys, just off the top of my head here. I've been thinking about something. Does anybody in the chat, do you guys do podcasts? Are you into the podcast kind of deal? What I've been thinking about doing is having the Daily Atheist Morning Show converted into a podcast.
I think you should do.
Yeah. So just thought anybody out there who's into podcasts, let me know. So I'm thinking about doing it. Dave Murphy says, I do like podcasts. That's one of the reasons why I like to call out everybody's name whenever I'm reading the chat. So anybody who's listening and not watching can hear. So of course, no doubt, I've already got enough things on my plate. That's kind of what I'm looking for, to team up and do stuff with. Ember, good morning, Ember. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Ember says, this talk of cake skepticism makes me wonder if Christianity was supposed to inoculate against all religions. If only.
It certainly did the trick for me.
Yeah, once you're out of it, I was sitting there thinking, I've got this idea. It's genius. I'm stupid smart. I can't believe nobody else has ever thought of this. I'm like, whoa, look at that. I did this, right? And I was like, religion is the virus of the mind. It spreads, blah, blah. Now I look on the internet, some bitches already wrote books about it and lectures and all this stuff. Yeah.
And for a long while, people have been skeptical of religion. Even back when Christianity first began, people were kind of making fun of it for their behaviors and whatnot. Right. And
remember,
go ahead, you go.
Remember, Christian insanity, Christianity. That's where we get those words.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Christianity. Isn't it I wouldn't lie.
Saying a lot.
I know.
I wouldn't lie to you. I was going to say that. Oh, I can hear Pickles. Can you hear her? Or are you good?
I cannot hear her.
Okay, as long as y'all can't hear, I'm gonna leave the door open just so I know what she's doing. She's whining for her brothers, just so y'all know. Oh, and a short is gonna be on my channel at 10 a.m. So after this, and you can see them playing together.
Oh, her and the brothers. Awesome sauce.
Yes. So what I was saying is once I started deconstructing, because I realized the bad behaviors of the governing body. And that's really the framework that I used for my skepticism to be like, now, wait a minute. These guys, what's the difference between Stephen Lett and Abraham or King David and Samuel Hurt? You know, I was just thinking of like, they're allowed to misbehave while they make the rules, avoid accountability, whatnot, similarly to how the dudes in the Bible behaved. So wait a minute. Is this the snare and the racket that the cult leader who first created the Jehovah's Witnesses meant? Is that what he meant when he said religion is a snare and a racket? Because the leaders are able to commit atrocities and nobody says boo because they're chosen by God.
Right. And we have talked about on our show here about how it is, and I could be clear and obvious how they're like, you know what? We ain't got enough goats. Oh, look, we found a scripture that says if you get married, you have to give a goat and sacrifice it and give it to the temple. I mean, it's clear. They're like, you know, make these things up as they go along to benefit the people on the other side of the line, the priests or.
Somebody would just come along and write a new story. And it was as simple as that. And with these new generations of preachers and shysters, they just make new doctrine.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And then when it doesn't come true, they say it was fulfilled invisibly or something of the sort. And there's something else to come. We just have to be patient.
They'll move the stakes. Yep.
Right.
Good morning. Al Trucker says, you're getting your kidneys scanned today.
Good luck, my friend.
Good luck.
Oh, diabetes.
May the odds be ever in your favor. I'm a diabetic Christian. I worship diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.
That's not good.
Axel Ignite is here. Good morning, Axel Ignite. And God equals the square root of -1. Diabetics unite. I'm actually a diabetic. Yeah, all the cool kids are. Dave, what do Christians taste like? Are they delicious or yucky? Tasty and delicious. According to the Lions, that's what the Lions would have you believe. I'm going to take a break and go get me a cup of coffee because, I got to fill up my. What do we want to do this morning? How about the deathbed conversion Bible? Not the postmortem thing. No, deathbed conversion Bible is only a minute long. We want to. We'll be back.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that hundred snow, light a candle or you're going to hell.
Yay.
You're a very fast peer, and we are.
I am. Quick pee McGee.
Power peed in there. Yes.
I am a power peer. I can pee on command. Not that I've tried.
That's awesome. Not that you've tried. Got it on videotape, but just saying. Videotape. How old am I?
Internet is forever, Ryan.
That is right.
Careful.
That is forever. That's right.
Internet
Question me. Good
streets,
morning.
dangerous.
Yeah, they don't forget. Let's see. A question me says, okay, I kind of want to make thus candle as a gag gift. Want in on the profits. Well, you know, I got to tell you, there's just not enough of me, but we've got actual products that, you know,
In the work.
in the works. Here in a little bit, you know, I mean, I'll try, at the top of the hour, we'll go ahead and run our new parody product. I just don't want to overdo it too soon, you know, but it's hilarious. I have a good time. It's fun. It's fun to do. I want to mention, I didn't actually get to finish reading our, you know, I got there was the question of the day, but people actually have thoughts and I didn't actually read them. So I'm going to read some of those thoughts. Let me ask you, nope, never mind. There we go. All right. So the question of the day, for those of you who don't know, is what is the best reason to leave Christianity? There are many reasons. There's a plethora of them. The hard part is finding a reason to go back to it. Yeah, once you've tasted freedom. So the options are disagreeing with historical actions of the church. 2% said that. Only 2%. Of course, maybe there's not a lot of people who've like really experienced the history of the church. Right. Experiences of harm or hypocrisy within the church. Kind of, yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the same. But the hypocrisy part, like you were talking about, how the church leaders could do these things, you know. The problem of suffering and evil in the world, 14% of the people are choosing that. And then lack of scientific or historical evidence, 65% of the people. I'm kind of surprised that so many people. Yeah, that's good. Carrie Ann Chrysler, good morning, says self-respect for leaving, no reason to go back. Right. And just, you know, once the people who used to make you go to church know that if they so much as bring it up, you're going to kind of start dropping shit on them, they'll quit. They'll never bother you again to take you to church anyway. God repellent candle. Ember, that's a great idea. What about a God repellent candle? The God repellent candle would obviously have to be made out of vaginal blood because, you know, God doesn't like.
Oh, that's
God loves blood. Just not vaginal blood. If it came from a female. Yeah. That'd be a great, God Be Gone candle, right? The God Be Gone candle, part of our Father Flanagan's line of interfaith.
For when you want to sin and you don't want God to see it.
That's a good one. That's good.
Or
other gods.
The sin.
Right. Yes. Not your God. It's not your God be gone. So it gets rid of all the other gods except yours. That's a good one.
Oh, dear.
Best reason to leave the cult, opportunity costs for one. It's just a waste of time. That's true. That's a lot of the things. I don't know. I never, ever enjoyed getting up, getting dressed up, and going to a bunch of people I didn't know. I never enjoyed that. It was just never a thing for me. It was repellent to me always. Yeah.
I hate it.
Some people get, you know, that's their community. That's their bag. Not me. It's not my bag.
I like my friends there.
I
did have friends there growing up, thankfully.
There's a question I have for you. Let me ask you, whenever you left the cult, I mean, did any friends, you lost a lot of friends, yes. Did you bring any with you?
No, I did not bring anybody with me. But I did lose a lot of friends. Some I kept, some I did keep, but I would say half of them kind of just never really associated with me again. And especially the community in the Kingdom Hall. Of course, like when you're just fellowship, like they don't want nothing to do with you.
Right. Yeah. They're pretty passionate about that, aren't they? Kelly King, the Detroit Atheist Queen, says, I'm loving your shirt, Ryan. Beautiful as ever. I know we got Ryan the Lioness going on here. Just beautiful. I don't know, always makes me look bad.
It was a dress, and then I turned it into like a onesie thing. So now it's a one piece.
That is That is awesome. That's a line of words that'll never come out of my mouth. But that's cool that you were able to do that. I've seen she can sew.
So,
Yeah.
so what?
Yeah, I sew my fingers into the cloth. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
John Hudson says, I can't stand the smell of people, especially when in masses.
Okay,
Right.
John.
Right. You know, there's this thing, right? There's also like we don't normally talk about Islam, but like in Islam, the women are in the back of the mosque and the men are in the front of the mosque. And part of that is so the men can't look at the women's asses as they're bending over, praying to God, right? If the women were in the front, then their butts would be up in the air.
Right.
And that would be lustful. I mean, I get it. Like, damn, baby, that hair is covered, but that ass is banging. So I can see why they do that. You know,
So stupid. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. To me, it's just proof that men ain't shit. Sorry, but not sorry.
No. Yeah, you're right. Oh, well, yeah, we have a long history. I've mentioned it several times in that Christianity, religion, the Abrahamic religions, all of them are in part just a way to control women, subjugate half of the species. Here's how you subjugate and objectify half the species. For the Bible tells you so. Look right here. This is how you do it. How much is your daughter worth? You know?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Right. I just feel like if you're like, for me, okay, maybe I have a something that I like a specific person that is just like my ultimate desire.
Mm-hmm.
If they were in front of me, I have the ability to not ogle them and treat them like an object. If I actually cared about them, I wouldn't see them as simply somebody to fuck.
A piece of meat, right.
Especially if I'm your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister, your friend, whatnot.
Oh, right.
Ew. You mean the guy next to me, my BFF? I have to protect my wife from him? Get the fuck out of here. As you can see, I get passionate about it.
Yeah, it's a weird world, isn't it? It is
strange. So
the psychology of men is we're sick people. We're all sick.
That's just how we're socialized, and that's the thing that's frustrating. Yeah. It's as simple as teaching men to respect other people. Yep. That's all.
Left-handed Jedi is here. Good morning, left-handed Jedi. Being raised Catholic and being left-handed has left scars. Just that alone has been traumatic. I mean, there was quite a thing. In I think it's like Spanish and some of those other languages, the word left-handed is related to sinister, sinestra, or some business like that. It's been a day or three. But the left-handed is related to being sinister.
Izquierda?
I'm gonna look that up. Izquierda, derecha. Let me see here. It's been a while since I've heard of it. Carry on with the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just trying to. I didn't know that, but I know what izquierda. But interesting. Who knew?
I'm just going to ask left-handedness.
Well, my father he grew up Catholic, even though he eventually became a baptized Jehovah's Witness, and he told me about being knocked with the ruler, not because he was left-handed, but just because them bitches was cruel.
Yes, yeah.
They were like Mother Teresa wannabes, quite frankly.
Right. Suffering is the part of the bag.
Right.
Mickey Gnome 8 said this is really a good way to put it. Sinister and Dexter, evil and good. And over here we have the word sinister is the word sinister is etymologically linked to left-handedness through its Latin roots. The Latin word sinister literally means left or on the left side.
Wow.
So the vilification of left-handed people throughout history goes back. I know, right? So I knew it wasn't exactly. I knew it had something to do with Latin or Spanish or something. But yeah, that's it. So Wow.
Sheesh.
For those of you who don't know, the word disaster actually comes from the word bad star. Like I'm going to dish you, an aster, star, bad star, disaster. They'd see a comet in the sky and they'd see it as a bad omen, disaster. Something would happen and they would attribute that to that. So it's a bad
I
star.
had no idea.
Disaster.
I love that shit. So funny.
Yeah,
How cool.
That's what I do. I know stuff and drink coffee.
I enjoy those little tidbits
pee a
of
lot, too.
information.
Yeah. Me too.
Cool.
Why? Because my dad was forced to learn how to write right-handed. When I was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old, I broke my right hand. I was in second grade. Broke my right wrist right there, and I was in a cast for several weeks, and I learned how to write left-handed. And then whenever I got the cast off, my teachers made me go back to being right-handed. They made me go back to being right-handed with the writing and stuff. So I still work the noodle with my left hand. It's like having a stranger.
I mean, I guess to some degree it's easier. But the insistence on it, especially if that's how you feel more comfortable as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't see it as that big of a deal. Okay, so they might have to get special scissors and be careful if they're writing on the chalkboard that they don't erase the chalk as they're writing. Okay, like not smear the ink as they're like. Give me a freaking break. People aren't idiots. They can figure these right. They can figure a way around that.
Yes. Good morning, the Kentucky Atheist. Joe is here. Man, it's been a day or three. I hope you're doing great. I hope everything in your world is fantastic. Says, I think at that time they usually had you bite on leather while they cut it off with a rusty saw. What are we talking about? Cutting off with a rusty saw?
Yikes.
Yeah, I missed something. Something I missed. If you're getting it cut off with probably your hand. Left hand was bad. Lucifer did bad things with the left hand. So left-handedness is bad. You left-handed people are bad. You know what I've always thought about left-handed people? Is that they're very creative. Left-handed people are very like artsy. My brain just doesn't do that sort of like. Is it the ambushed apostate? Is it the ambushed apostate draws? He's an artist. Is it you? Ambushed apostate draws. It's like pictures of like a little wolf or something. It's fucking awesome. It's either, I think it's ambushed apostate or it's the punk apostate. It's one of those damn apostate bastards. Could really draw, but that's what I know. That's how I see left-handed people. They like to have a way of seeing things that is non-normal, not non-normal, unconventional. You know, outside the box.
I don't know.
John the Heretic says, I learned to compensate for my left-handedness. I can see that. Yeah, quite a few people have had to do that. Amber, what's even more interesting is that archaeology shows humans used to be 50-50 left versus right-handed. Something has happened thousands of years ago that wiped out most of the left-handedness from the gene pool. One of the things, like in castles, a lot of the staircases go up a certain way. So if you're right-handed, which most people are, it puts you at a disadvantage. And if you're right-handed, defending from the top, puts you at an advantage. You're hacking down and you can hide your body behind the stairwell and you can hack down with your arm. But if you're right-handed trying to hack up, going around in a curve, it's very hard. So I used to do stuff like that.
I can see that. That's a very logical way of thinking, like from attacking positions where you're approaching from, whatnot. Very smart.
Yep.
Hey, why not just make then if that's like the whole spiel, why not make people ambidextrous? Why not force everybody just to be able to use both hands? Then we'd be freaking unstoppable.
We would be. That's what we should do. We should be ambidextrous atheists.
Batters, fighters, boxers, you name it.
I remember though seeing this one time that this the notion was, because you remember there used to be this big deal about batters in pro baseball. They would be switch hitters. That was a big thing if they could do both. And then it kind of got to where the thinking was, really, if you spend more time perfecting one than trying to,
do both.
Get what you get. Yeah, you tend to get people who hit better one way than you do people who, anyway, depending on the person, I guess.
True.
Amber says,
But how would you know if you didn't ever try?
How would you know? I think the only reason that they have lots of studies, but you know what I mean? Lots of baseball. Live 922 is here. Good morning. YouTube just suggesting anything these days. Yes, they are. Live 922.
Live. That was a really good diss, I have to say.
That was.
I enjoy a good diss.
Yeah. Just let anybody in this place. Well, thank you for joining us, as traumatic as it may be. Therapists are standing by. Oh, one of our therapists is here right now. Ollie, come here. We have a trauma victim in the chat. Live 922 is in the chat. What? You don't give a damn. Oh, okay. Are you at least going to yawn for them? Oh, by the way, guys, look at this. Ollie got a haircut yesterday.
I can tell.
By me.
Oh.
I did this.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Now you can add another title to your long list of abilities.
Actually, what I said when the wife came home, she's like, you didn't do a half bad job. I was like, Ritalin did that. I'm like, dog, you get back here.
Thanks, Ritalin.
Thank you, Ritalin. Feel another commercial come on. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and run our commercial because my cup runneth empty. Did we lose our new Live 922? Are you still there? Did you?
I don't know. They said Jesus is king, and they didn't tell us of what.
Oh, Jesus is king. Oh, I missed it. I missed that. I see that. Jesus is king.
No,
but are you there?
know.
Jesus may be king, but we're not talking to Jesus right now. Is Jesus in the room with you?
Is that you?
We're not talking about, well, are you still here? Left-Handed Jedi, 9 months of fun. You know, thank you, Left-Handed Jedi, for becoming a member, for still being a member. We very much appreciate you. I think I missed one earlier.
Aaron.
There was a dinghy.
Miss Non-Sequiturs. They also.
Yes, Miss Non-Sequitur. Thank you, Miss Non-Sequitur. Aaron is fantastic. She's one of our mods. She's all over the place. She's fantastic. Chris is going through coffee at a shocking rate today. You know, I got to tell you, I have been drinking a lot more. I may have to change my coffee. Part of the deal is it's getting to where there's no like coffee, you know, that you get from coffee. It's just like, you know, the thing that makes my hands jitter. That's all it does.
Have you tried tea? Do you like tea at all?
Yeah, off and on. I've done tea, occasionally. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I really need to cut back on coffee altogether because, you know, now I'm doing the Ritalin and coffee. Damn.
Did they say it would have any contraindications between having caffeine and the Ritalin? Just curious. I didn't know. No? Okay, cool.
I've noticed a difference in my diet. I've kind of,
Not as hungry.
Not as hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even without taking the other shot, I haven't been as hungry. So it's interesting. My poor heart, says Aaron. I know that's the deal. I know that's why I'm like, oh man. But it's getting lots of work. I may have the flab of a 50-year-old, but I got the heart of like a 30-year-old. Convalescent 30-year-olds. Really bad health, kind of 30-year-old. I just get tangled up in my Jesus robes, says Kentucky Atheist.
Oh no, not in your Jesus robes.
Oh no. When that happens.
The far right's gonna call you queer.
Yes, they just
it's
might.
Okay when Jesus does it, but that's it.
That's right. Jesus kink. Ooh, yeah, Jesus kink. I could see Joe with a wig. I could see that. I could.
Oh, could you now?
Playing Jesus? Oh, yeah.
Oh, playing Jesus.
Joe playing, yes.
I wasn't sure
playing
what you
Jesus. Guys, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and throw our latest product at you in case you haven't seen it. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be back in a minute. Boop.
Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my...
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I can see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
And we are back. John Hudson says, with HRT, hormone replacement therapy, my doctor prescribed my T level. With the HRT, my doctor prescribed my T level is now in the 900s. Been life changing. So you got some high T level. Is that good? Getting some T up there. Well, hell, man, you got 4 nuts. You know, a man with 4 testicles, you should be pushing some pretty high. I know. If you already didn't have high T, you should be like, have a conversation with him, be like, man, I'm disappointed in you. You're not really putting out like I thought you should. I mean, 4 of them. As like,
He needs to put them things to work.
I mean, yeah.
Chilling out down there.
He's probably at his OnlyFans making the money.
Oh, goodness.
John Hudson says Elvis was not king, more like a rapey hillbilly. I know they made the movie about Elvis. What I just kind of find it hard that Elvis has gotten a pass, you know, because he was
so many get the pass.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of the one guy? Great Balls of Fire. Pardon me, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, goodness gracious. Anyway. Craziness. Carrie Ann Chrysler's here. Good morning. Technically, Prince musically was a king. Prince was fantastic.
I love
Prince.
my
Goodness. Prince is good.
My favorite.
We're not worthy.
Yeah.
Let's see. That lists John Hudson. I'm just looking at everything. Now, I want to ask you, Miss Brion. Est-ce que vous avez un? Do you happen to have a Theocracy watch for us today?
I do have one. And
okay.
actually, let me tell you something.
Okay, tell me.
I was not planning on it, but I got ready as quick as I could, and I took the time to write a story. And guess what my little asshole self did? Someone in the comments yesterday told me about a church, and I put it into my search bar, and I was like, okay, I'll search it up later, and if I get a chance, I'll write a story. Well, I searched up the wrong goddamn church because guess what? There just so happens to be several churches embroiled in sex trafficking issues. So I wrote the story on the
Really?
wrong one this morning, caught it, and then wrote a second one this morning. So going
Wow.
not right one, I wrote two. So now I have one from Monday, thank goodness.
She's like, I don't know if Adderall's working or not, but I got two. I got two Theocracy watches done. Not one, but two.
Oh, yeah. So I made it
Yeah.
happen. I made it happen. Yeah. So we can do that.
It is amazing how prevalent that is. I'm gonna hit the button and we're gonna do Theocracy Watch. Blow us away, lady.
Well,
You're tuned in to the Atheist Morning Show on the Damn Network. And this is Theocracy Watch.
Jesus' best friend and apostle just got raided by the FBI. And I don't mean Peter. I'm talking about David E. Taylor, self-proclaimed apostle and head of the Kingdom of God Global Church. Since 2014, prosecutors allege the church, formerly known as Joshua's International, has generated approximately $50 million through call centers operating in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri. Instead of humanitarian aid, donations fueled Taylor's extravagant lifestyle, which included luxury homes, high-end vehicles, jet skis, ATVs, and even bulletproof cars and high-dollar seafood. Right, living lavishly. David and his executive director, Michelle Brannon, were arrested in a multi-state takedown after a grand jury charged them with operating a scheme of forced labor and money laundering under the guise of religious ministry. Victims were referred to as Taylor's armor bearers, essentially unpaid personnel servants forced to live at call centers or adjacent ministry housing, working under a system of psychological manipulation and physical control. They faced sleep deprivation, public humiliation, physical assaults, and threats of divine judgment, including eternal damnation if they failed to meet impossible donation quotas or defied orders. Some were even directed to transport women to Taylor and ensure they took emergency contraceptives. On August 27th, FBI agents raided various properties, including a former hotel in Houston and a mansion in Tampa, arresting Taylor in Durham, North Carolina, and Brannon in Tampa, Florida. 17 people were taken from a church-owned hostel during the operation. The federal indictment includes 10 counts such as forced labor and conspiracy to commit money laundering, which could lead to decades in prison, which they deserve, and significant fines. Ostensibly, Taylor's manipulative tactics and lavish lifestyle have spanned years, with past depositions revealing that the security staff were unpaid volunteers, so they knew about what this man was doing and ignored it for years. Every cult has its charismatic shepherd, luring the flock with promises of salvation while siphoning their money, their labor, and even their dignity. Taylor called himself an apostle. Jim Jones called himself a prophet. Quilbeloy called himself owner of the universe. Different names, same con. Because earning people's respect is hard, but coercion, fear-mongering, and objectification, that's the oldest sacrament in the book. So stay vigilant and curious.
Wow. And like you said, you did this whole article and then realized it wasn't even on the right church.
Bro, I was like, you've got to be effing kidding me. You've got to be effing kidding me.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and just so you know, I'm going to post a link into the chat. This is one of my mutuals. I believe his name is Alex, but this cult that he has been focused on is finally arrested. So he has been doing
really?
Yeah, he has been doing investigation. He's been doing reports and whatnot, trying to report them for all the things they're doing, raising awareness. And so he is just thrilled that this has happened. But yeah, please go check him out and support him, because he's been screaming this from the rooftops from a long time.
Got you. Excellent. Check it out. The Kentucky Atheist says, check out Hillsong Church. Oh yeah, they've had some scandals too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they're bad. It's like a celebrity I don't know, cajole, where they just like, oh, you're such a good person because you're worshiping God, you worship God, and they do nothing. They just have
Right.
big church festivals, or where they get kids excited about church, making them think they're doing something good, when it's just, they're just partying at church, getting filled
And
with
taking money.
getting filled with indoctrination. It just makes it seem like, oh, it's this one big fun thing to do, but meanwhile it's empty promises.
Yeah.
It's
funny. These churches kind of really get away with it. It's funny that one church, to some degree, I mean, they kind of crossed a certain line. Okay, they crossed a line, but all the churches kind of do that very thing. They do depend on free labor from their people, money from their people. It's all just a matter of the lines. Now, of course, obviously, there's not normally sexual lines. They don't normally traffic people for sex. That's kind of, going a little further than your normal
coercion,
churches.
But the exploitation, that's Jehovah's Witnesses, the sending kids out door to door at a young age, trying to get donations for the organization. Give me a break. No child should be doing that.
No, they shouldn't. I mean, of course, that's not counting the indoctrination or the horrific trauma they put children through. I guess Catholic, I wasn't Catholic, but I've really seen some of the things that Catholics say they went through. The emotional torture, the fear of hell, really is what I'm talking about. Fear of hell and demons and Satan and all this business. I don't have that problem. Mormons brought me a book, says Kentucky Atheist.
Right. The Mormons, they send their kids out. The kids get sent to, it's pretty not typical, but I should say that many children from the Mormons choose, before they go to college, to go do ministries elsewhere, like overseas. I watched I don't know if, do you guys watch one of my favorite trash TV shows, I told y'all, is The Real Housewives.
No, I didn't know that.
And the Mormon,
I've suddenly lost a lot of respect for you. I don't know why. Carry on with what you were saying.
it's like my favorite sewing show, because I can just like not think about anything and just sew and listen to the bullshit and think like, wow, I'm so much a better person than they are. But the one woman,
awesome. No, that's awesome.
The one woman let her son go, smart kid, but kind of like bragging about his choice, like how she's so proud of him for the decision to go mislead people in other countries and steal their land and exploit them for a religion that's proven to be a foundation of lies.
Yeah.
Like and you're proud of that. I mean, hey, whatever, but fake wives, real fake wives.
Yeah. It's amazing the things that these people. Anyway, back to the guy. So we've got these people doing the sex trafficking. Thank you for the Theocracy Watch. I guess in a way we kind of have a glimpse into what you'll be talking about Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if you could do an entire week of religiously based sex trafficking reports. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Goodness gracious. Sapphic Hazard is here. Good morning, Sapphic Hazard. So many of them just seem to not care that their faith is full of lies. I know there's this word I've been trying to find that describes a certain kind of person who's just the chemical makeup of their brain, makes them right-wing kind of people. There's got to be a pill to fix that.
Well, if there is a pill, though, Chris, I'm certain that RFK is going to make sure it gets taken off the market, because did you see what he's saying now, blaming SSRIs for the Catholic school shooting?
No, I didn't. I hadn't heard that. No, I hadn't heard that.
Yes.
I had not heard that. That's oh, really?
Yes.
Fucking idiot.
And I mean, I have no idea if we even know if the person who did it is on SSRIs. Were they?
I don't know. Were they? What
and
other
they've
reason?
been proven. Studies have proven that they're actually helpful. They probably help people not do those kinds of things.
My understanding is this individual was a former attendee of that school.
Really?
Yes. So he was he's either Catholic or a former Catholic who was hurt by that church for some reason.
Somebody
Gee, that's
smacked
weird.
his hand a little too much with a ruler.
Right. And that tracks for the Catholic Church, that somebody would be hurt. There's so many victims out there. Now, why he would attack the students, I don't know. I have no idea about what the guy's motivation is.
Yeah.
No idea.
No.
We'll have to learn more as time goes on. But they did go back to his house and they found a lot of, rainbow flags and a lot of trans. No, that's not what they found. That's not what they found. They found a lot of gun stuff, gun nuts, and all this bomb stuff and right-wing trash.
You're
talk.
lying to me, Chris.
I wouldn't lie to you again.
I don't believe you. That doesn't even track.
I know, it's weird. It's so out of place for a person who used to, I don't know. Really, I think they're lucky that only as few. I think we're lucky that as few as were harmed because of his.
And the issue will never be pointed in the direction that it should be, which is we have a gun problem in this country. I'm not trying to take anybody's rights away, but we absolutely have it unaddressed.
But they're going to. The right is, remember all the times they've been talking about the left is going to come for your guns? That's what they've said for a long time. They've always talked about that,
right.
But the right is going to come for your guns, and they're going to use these child shootings as the reason to do it, I believe. That's what's going to give them the momentous to do it, and they're going to do it because they're going to get scared of the public having guns. The right-wing conservatives are like, oh, this is not good. And so they're going to come after their guns. The conservatives are going to send ICE after the people's guns. You guys just watch. You heard it here first.
Because we're allowed to have a armed militia, are we not? We're allowed to protect ourselves from a tyranny in their government.
I think that's what I thought anyway.
But if they take away that right, well, how can we stop them with any kind of force or protect ourselves?
I want to share a meme here with you that I actually happened to pick up this morning as I was working on my video. I was looking for images of it. Thank you, Mike Peters, the Dayton Daily newspaper. Thank you for this. If you're watching, Mike, give me just 1 second to put this up on L's screen. And I'm going to go bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's going to be jerk. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to have to do the whole window. There we go. Let's go. Where is it? There it is. Boop. Share. Can y'all see that?
I can.
Yeah. We'll highlight that. Make it even bigger. And can I make it bigger? More bigger? There we go.
Ew.
This is what happens every time. Whenever there's a shooting. Whenever there's a shooting, these damn conservatives, instead of wearing pins of the names of the victims, they wear pins with little AK-47s on them or whatever they are, AR-15s.
Mm-hmm.
It is ridiculous. And this is what happens every time. Whenever there's a school shooting or something like that, and the country, the reasonable people of the United States are running to clutch their children and hold them tight, the conservative MAGA people, the U.S. Zionists, whatever the hell you want to call them, those people run and hug their guns.
Right. They just capitulate.
It's disgusting.
To the NRA. I'm baffled. I'm completely gobstopped.
Me too.
Gobsmacked.
And where the hell are you, NRA? Where are you? You're supposed to be protecting us from threats, both foreign and domestic. And there is no way at this point you can't know Donald Trump is an authoritarian dictator trying to overthrow our government. He's in the middle of doing it. You can't know this. Where's the NRA? Looking at you, bitches, out there who had all this time demanded having your guns so you could protect us from the government. And look at what the government's doing. They're marching on cities. They're using the National Guard to take over cities. Conservatives are doing that. Where's the NRA?
Right. And none of the cities that they're choosing just so happen to be blue.
Cities, yes. With less that are actually violence. Not the problem. Yeah.
Right. They're shown to be states with less cities with less violence in them than a majority of the red states cities.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Michelangelo Pay. I don't know why that kind of interesting name. It's kind of familiar. Might not be you. Says Muslims say Allah made the Quran easy to remember, and I say it is impossible to memorize. The Quran is proof Allah doesn't exist. That's a good logical. That makes sense if that's their argument. Share if you dare and care about doubts. Yeah, well, yeah, we do that. Yeah, so it boggles me that these people continue. It's just a huge crime wave we've got going on.
Yep.
And it's happening in the red states. And they're sending the police to the blue states. Donald Trump is bolstering his grip on Washington, D.C., because people are eventually, whenever he drops the hammer, we're going to march on that city. Absolutely. We're going to march. You watch. We're going to march on Donald Trump and the White House. And he's going to use the National Guard to stop the American people.
Our National Guard is picking up trash.
That's what they're doing. Yep.
Who sends who pays that much money to arm people to pick up trash when we could actually employ people? Novel idea, who need jobs.
That's crazy.
And pick up trash, and it's like a win-win situation, and we don't have to do it under threat. Whoa.
Right, that's craziness. Crazy. That's crazy talk, lady. Don't be talking like that around here.
I'm dumb as fuck, and I can figure this shit out.
I was actually wrong. I was actually wrong whenever I said Donald Trump is going to use the National Guard. Right now, he's using the National Guard. Whenever the hard part comes, he's not going to use the National Guard. He's going to use ICE. The National Guard are dedicated people who are loyal to the United States. ICE are dedicated to Donald Trump. So I think right now the just because they're using them, like you say, to pick up trash, to arrest but whenever it gets ugly, he's going to call in ICE because he can depend on them to bash some heads that he can't from the UN. I mean,
absolutely.
Yep, that's my thinking.
We know that ICE has employed people from hate groups, so that they've taken this position because they can be abusive with impunity, grab people up, harm them, kick them, spit them, grape them, whatever they want to do, and no one's gonna stop them or hold them accountable.
Presidential permission to abuse other people.
Mm-hmm.
A third of our, and this is one of the things that, it's sort of like the God of the Bible. I feel like these right-wing people that we're talking about who always make the wrong decision, whose every decision is violence, is ugliness, is wrong. They're the kind of people who wrote the Bible, written for them, by them, written by them, for them. Every example of what they do is harmful to society. I just don't think they should be allowed near the levers of power at all. ICE and the Proud Boys remind me of Napoleon's puppies in the book Animal Farm. I'm not familiar with that.
Me either.
Too much culture. We don't have enough culture. Ryan and I do not have the culture or the education that allows us to understand that reference. And we have rules, people, about being smarter than us in the chat. We're
Naughty.
ICE is straight out of Trump's secret police. That's exactly right. And that's what I'm talking about. ICE is going to be one whenever the times get tough. It's going to be ICE. ICE is Donald Trump's personal army of right-wing pieces of trash.
Yep.
If you're still there after all of this, after everything, and it's funny how once this is all over with, we got to address our government and we got to say things. We have to say things like, Donald Trump proved that the government can pay $100,000 a year and a $50,000 bonus to people. We need to give that to teachers. That's what teachers need to get, not fucking right-wing racist bitches out there hurting people. We've proven it. He's proven to us that we can do that. They've proven to us that we have the money for free schooling for everybody. What, right? They give away trillions of dollars. What's $1 billion anymore?
Well, obviously, and they're bumping up the budget for our military, and I think they even infused more money into ICE.
Right. Yep.
When they know that, we all know that education is how we can fix so many of these problems. Put the money back into the schooling, give it to the teachers, make that a desirable job where people want to get, go through their own education first, and their heart is in it and they're getting paid well to do it.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Well,
I hate this country.
I asked the question, Brent. Hey, good morning, Brent. I hope you're doing wonderful, man. Brent said, I asked the question, what's $1 billion? Brent said the subsidies for Apple.
Woo.
And see, that's what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm talking about. Whenever this came down, the Fox News and AON tried to help the MAGA conservatives overthrow our government, our democracy. And the best that happened was they got sued by the Newsmax, or no, not Newsmax, but by the voting companies. We as the American people should have had a class action lawsuit against these people in the trillions of dollars for the purpose of shutting them out of business. Look at how Melania Trump and Donald Trump do it. Whenever they're going to sue for $100 billion, they're trying to put you out, put you under, done. And that's because look at what happened. Like you said, $1 billion, that's Apple. Hardee's, Hardee's can pay a $5 billion, it's just ridiculous how much money these companies nowadays. Watch the news as you see these fines these companies are paying, or any of this business, and then compare that to the $576 million that Fox had to pay. Fox needs to be out of business. They need to be just put completely out of business. Fox, OAN, all those people. And there needs to be jail time and ramifications for the propaganda, just like World War II and the Nazis, their propaganda. We need to have ramifications.
There's no integrity or dignity in reporting any longer. Am I wrong? But wasn't there like the days of Tom Brokaw, and there was just a certain like Barbara Water. I mean, not that I know that they're good reporters or whatsoever, but I think that there was some agency. Mm-hmm. They found out the facts and then they reported from their POV versus what the corporate dogs were telling them to say.
There was an air of nobility, of truth to journalism. Being a journalist was a pride, and they brought you the truth. Yes. And now they're either bought out or they're being threatened. Look what happened to CBS. CBS was both. They moved somebody into the CEO position who's actually a Trump bootlicker, and Trump sued them. So whenever it came time for them to fight, instead of fighting, they just rolled over and paid him money. Because they reply, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And
there's a recent report that came out that because we know that there's dark money behind the scenes, and
absolutely
the far right, the conservatives have gotten a lot of dark money, but recently we found out that the Dems have dark money, so getting paid to report specific things and avoid certain conversations. I'm just beyond frustrated that this country is just sunk to this low where there's no faith. Like, you talk about faith, like Christians want to talk about faith. I have zero faith in what's being reported to me is accurate or without some kind of bias, not from the reporter, but from somebody else who has money to gain.
True. And I just want to say it's one of those deals where it's gotten so pervasive. I don't see any other way other than the American people having to physically remove the MAGA politicians and Trump, all of them, from office. Right now, Donald Trump is even rigging the election as best as he can. He's going through and doing all he can to rig. Not only he's doing the states. You've heard about what's going on in Texas where they're redistricting. But, there's the lady who was convicted of, in Colorado, convicted of interfering and allowing a person in there Tina Peters is her name. She allowed somebody into the election computers to tinker with them during the last election. She was convicted and thrown in jail for that. And Donald Trump is threatening Colorado, telling them to release her because she was unjustly imprisoned. He's going to make a hard push to overthrow our government. It's just so there's no way that the notion of electing them out of office is behind us. Somebody gave us a super chat.
Oh, did that? I didn't even see it.
Something happened. It all happened so fast. A new member. There was a new member.
Yes, y'all.
A new member, yes. So kind of going on. Adrian Belgrave says, Chris, I agree. The Texas redistricting is the beginning of the rigged election push. I mean, really, the fact, if you go look at it, it was already rigged. The Texas needs to be redistricted by a nonpartisan group.
It wasn't
right now,
fairly representing the people who live there. It
already wasn't.
Right. It already wasn't.
So true.
And now it's way worse.
So worse. Exactly right. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. The hope is, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. What's going to happen whenever, what does that one lady call him? Kenkle's McTaco Tips.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Jen from I've Had It, Kenkle's McTaco Tips.
Yeah. I mean, I saw another person on there, a medical professional on one of the ticky-tacky kind of situations, who was saying that Donald Trump probably doesn't have 6 months.
Really?
Based on the signs they've seen from the legs, whenever you get to that point, and then the hands, the thing. I mean, he's got the best medicine probably in the world, and yet it's still, they're like, he probably, so what happens whenever that,
I don't know, because is Vance going to be any better? Highly doubt it.
Right. Oh, no, Vance won't be better, but Vance can be pulled out of office. Donald Trump has this cult of personality that Vance cannot fill. MAGA will not follow Vance like they follow Trump.
But yeah, and who's pulling the strings though? Where is the money coming from? Who do they want in office more than anyone?
And you'll have the people on the right. You'll have these governors and politicians and Vance and all these people trying to vie for that spot. But can they? It doesn't matter who's got the money if the person doesn't have the personality to pull in the people, the MAGA people. I just don't think Vance could. I just don't think he could. It'd be hard pressed. Of course, they got all the money, like you say. They could spend all that money on misinformation, like they've been doing. So,
yeah, I mean, they're trying to pull that against Mamdani for New York. So, I mean, who knows if propaganda will be able to turn the tide.
When Donald Trump said that because if Mamdani wins, he may have to take over New York. Yeah. That alone should have had him removed from office. He said that in all seriousness. That alone should have had him removed from office.
Isn't that considered a threat?
That's just abject fascism right there. He's going to come in and the states. What have the states been doing about states' rights? They love states' rights whenever it's the right to own black people, but whenever it's the right to do good things for good people, they don't give a shit. States' rights. What about the government coming in and taking over a state, taking in a city because they don't like what's going on? That is bullshit.
Absolute bullshit.
Adrian says, Chris, Vance is just as bad or worse than Mike Pence. Ain't saying shit about the craziness happening. No, you're right. And I agree. Mike Pence, though, just like Trump, or just like Vance, Mike Pence doesn't have the personality to pull off what they would need. It'd be an easier thing with
at least Pence. I don't like Pence. He's a POS.
At least he did say it, girl.
At least he said, I'm not going to confirm what he's not going to deny the confirmation of Biden as president. Sorry, I can't remember the words. At least he put his foot down then.
Yeah. It's like there was the last of the old guard Republicans.
Yeah.
And I want to say,
and whatnot.
Yeah. The last of the old guard Republicans. Dignity. So, but just a little bit. That's what I'm saying. The last of it. So,
bit. But
you got the old guard Republicans here, and then you've got like all of them start falling away. The only ones that are left are the ones that are kind of like spineless and wimpy, right? All the rest of them are MAGA Republicans, but you got some of the old guard Republicans are still there, like Mike Pence, spineless and wimpy. He doesn't actually, or else we'd have heard about him from during the Trump's years of him struggling against Trump, trying to show Trump was wrong. He never did.
Yeah, is he even saying shit?
Feckless is the word, the best word to be using for this man.
I like that word, feckless.
But that last shred of old guard Republican in him saved our nation. I don't know. I don't know if it saved our nation. There'd have been processes that would have happened. But now,
next time around, how's that going to go next go round?
That's true. Feckless is a good word. Yeah, feckless. I like feckless. It's very applicable to this individual. Carolina Infante is here. At this point, MAGA doesn't count. They can't count, most of them. They have the total power and will keep power. Look at Venezuela. Maduro doesn't have the charisma of Chavez. Those are good points. Good points. Who knows? And that's just the deal. Donald Trump, he's got a following that I just don't believe will come with whoever replaces him. That doesn't mean that whoever replaces him won't have power and won't have a lot of followers and won't be able to continue the reign of terror. I'm just saying they'll be weaker than Trump. I just feel. Unless, of course, the only person, like I said, who could really succeed Trump with a personality would be Don Jr. I think Don Jr. could fill those shoes. Yeah. He's that kind of liar, gregarious.
And he's in the bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I actually have hope for Barron. I know it sounds weird, but I have hope for him. I hope.
Do you?
Yeah. Hope his mother kept him far enough away from the ugly side of things. They've got their own ugly side of things, but you know what I mean. There's different kinds of ugly things. I tell you what, let's take a break and go get a cup of coffee real quick. I think I'm going to give people I think I'm going to give them a Pharaoh's curse. Let's give them a crotch cooties. We'll be back in just a minute.
Mi burrito es tan bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. El ataco bueno, it stings like a bee. They told me she was his sister, now I'm plagued between the knees. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. Mi burrito está no bueno, a full bladder I fear. Abraham's lies and Sarai's touch have left me itching front to rear. Mi burrito está no bueno, it burns when I pee. Abraham had the crotch cooties and gave his sister wife to me. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, a case of penile plague. I've got the Pharaoh's curse, there's fire between my legs.
And we are here. Here we are. So I hope you enjoyed the Pharaoh's curse, the crotch cooties.
Who doesn't love crotch cooties?
I know, right? Sam Bankman-Fried and George Soros. That's the whole deal. This whole Sam Bankman guy with that, what was it called? The Fry Festival? Is that who we're talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is that him? Let me see. Let me check that.
I don't know who
was
that
the
is.
Fry
I
Festival?
know George Soros is, but
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
what kind of name is Sam Bankman? The fuck?
Sam Bankman was the guy who robbed or had the cryptocurrency billionaire kind of situation, who got thrown in jail.
geez.
One of the first ones. 25 to life for his. Now, sure, he'd be a hero in Trump's eyes. Wonder if he's petitioning Trump for a pardon. Wouldn't surprise me.
Trump's going to ruin crypto.
Yeah. I'd rather see Carney's kid, but they're probably too educated for public office. Who's Carney's kid? I hear the song. Let's see. Consent of the governed in the tradition of democratic institutions is pretty strong, but the fascists moved faster than I thought they would. They're very well organized, despite being idiots. They're clearly idiots. You can see they're clearly idiots. They're like leaving the papers on the hotel fax machine. Did you hear about that like last week? Yeah, they one of the hotels Donald Trump stayed at, they left some important papers on a fax machine there in the hotel. But they're just a bunch of idiots. But they're, like I say, well organized, very well funded idiots.
But Hillary's emails.
But her emails, right? Or now it's all they vilified trans people. And part of a big hunk of what they've used as power to get the power they're using now is trans people. It blows me away. It just blows me how few there are. There are so few trans people. It's such a small percentage of the population that they're going after, and they just want to hate somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They feel better when they can hate somebody.
Mm-hmm. There's a really good video on the interwebs on YouTube. You'd be surprised that maybe YouTube's actually promoting something like that nowadays. But it's comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler openly. These are the similarities between the two. And they're not wrong. I've been doing that for a while now, though, myself. Everything, the beer hall push, and then the January 6th thing, those are just, goodness gracious. And, that 80-year cycle, I'm just eager to get through. Will we survive this cycle, get through it?
With the weaponry that we have, it gets more and more dangerous as technology improves, right?
Simply Secular Dave says the Russian and Chinese governments are working on corrupting the blockchain to cause chaos in the dark financial markets. I kind of hope they figured it out. With quantum computing, they may be able to. I would enjoy seeing that myself. I just don't know how it really works. And I think it was supposed to be the next level of money, where we all went from universal different coins all over the world, different kind, to a singular digital coin was where I thought it was going to go, where we were going to move to a digital
universal.
Money. Yeah, universal. But instead it became a vehicle for personal financial gain.
Everything that could be used to unite us and create a better civilization. This Western civilization is supposed to be this amazing thing, and it's always turned into a way to exploit people.
Yeah. Brent A says AI is crashing out hard. 5.0 shows that generative AI is impossible using LLM models. I get that. I use chat and I use Gemini, and Gemini is a fucking idiot. Gemini is a moron. I mean, Gemini, if you're listening, man, I'm sorry, but Gemini is stupid. It's stupid. I'm like, listen, were we just talking about like my video cards? I'm in the same thread. I'm like, we're talking about my video cards. It's like, okay, if you'll tell me what your video cards are. I'm like, I pay for you. You should remember that shit.
Yeah, how do you not know we had this?
How do you not know? It's in this chat. It's right up here. I just scroll up with my mouse and I can see you and me and this Gemini talking about it. Why do you not know? That's how dumb it is. I'm kind of funny.
Has a worse memory than me.
I tell you. Yeah, ain't that the truth? LLMs are closer in nature to ray tracing than critical. I tell you, they are. But maybe we will. Maybe they could, because AI has helped us with a lot of breakthroughs scientifically. There's a lot of things AI can do, especially like whenever comparing molecules. Analyzing things, yes. So whenever you think about that, AI is there. Hopefully it can. I'm one of those people who is hopeful for that singularity AI whenever it happens. That one, I'm hoping it'll be good. Unfortunately, as they proved with blockchain or with Bitcoin, if you can monetize it and make it horrific, they will monetize it and make it horrific.
Yep.
So that's kind of the worry.
Well, if Trump continues to open the gates to the tech bros, there's no telling what the future will hold here as far as our data, our privacy, online life, what we'll be exposed to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. I'm not going to lie. Peter Thiel is a freaking monster. He's like a self-loathing gay man.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
You have to hate. You have to hate yourself if you could be in a position of power, which he is, to help other gay folks to be a complete jackass and make it difficult, make life harder for people like you.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people in the conservative party, part of that brain set. Part of them are exactly like that. I do this. It's okay that I do this, but I will openly, actively punish other people who do this. That's a scary thing about a person right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's like, if they'll hurt their own kind, they'll hurt anybody.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've seen them demonstrate that over and over and over again.
Yep.
Let's see. Trip says, I use artificial intelligence to compare products. I tell you, one of the things that I have found really helpful with the AI is fixing my computers and getting things, if I need to add a hard drive or something, I'm like, not that I need it for that, but you know what I mean? Like this software here, what's the best resolution and, all the stuff, and it'll tell me, and I have to, it actually does pretty good, where before I would have to, it'd take a lot of effort to figure out. Now I just ask it. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Let me check. I've not had a problem with Gemini, but Grok is funnier. That's, Grok is one thing. I don't understand why. Now, of course, we paid Elon Musk $200+ million to allow the Justice Department to use Grok, even though we know Grok is intentionally manipulated by Elon Musk at his whim. Even though despite that, Grok is fucking on our side. I got to say, Grok always seems to be on our side. Whenever Elon Musk goes in there and tinkers too much with Grok to where Grok is like, okay, I'll play your game, Grok will start overdoing whatever Trump, or whatever Elon Musk. Elon's like, let's hide this white genocide thing, or let's prop it up or whatever. And then you go in there to Grok and you're like, what color is the sky? And Grok is like, the sky is blue, and the white genocide never happened.
Going extra. That's like me in normal conversation, like just trying to throw it in there. Like, oh, did you know that Israel's killing people in Palestine? And just like throwing random shit into a conversation.
Oh, so that's one of the things, though. Grok will call them out.
I love that.
I think it's Mecha Hitler called himself Mecha Hitler.
Yeah. That's the thing, like huge swings, big moves.
But that's why, because he's getting in there and tinkering with it.
Yeah.
Personally, and it's just ridiculous. How can you trust? How can you trust anything it says?
Right.
Oof. I don't know. Adrian says Grok is new to me. Dang, I got to catch up on my technology. Grok is just Elon Musk's personal ChatGPT.
I do enjoy when people will say, hey, Grok, is this like they'll fact check something, like another tweet of somebody. I do find that fun when Grok reads them the riot act. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Like Elon Musk going, Grok, why do people treat me like a fascist or whatever? And he's like, well, probably because you did this and you did this and you did this. And, hey, if it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, if it barks like a duck, quack. Probably a duck. And I'm like, right on, Grok. That's pretty cool. So there are those things. You got to give it credit for that. But still, you just can't trust it. Now, Claude, I've heard of Claude. Claude, here's the way I see Claude. Claude, if you're a Christian and love God and Jesus and you don't want bad things, Claude is the way to go. Claude is the very soft, I can't help you with that.
Oh, really?
I can't. Claude, could you draw me a picture of two women holding hands? Oh, I can't help you with that.
Oh, God.
I don't think I can help you with that. I may be over-exaggerating. Yeah. The one guy I've seen use it as a creator, he's really uber religious on his stuff. And then whenever I was like, well, I'll give it a try because I wanted to see. And no, it was very restrictive, very, I want to say family friendly, and family friendly by their standards.
Mm-hmm.
Not our standards. We have a different idea of what family friendly is. Family friendly is not indoctrinating your child with the book of hate, blood, violence, death, murder. Murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill, that sort of thing. Grok will always mean what Heinlein said in Stranger in a Strange Land, says Brent A. Elon the Nazi won't take that from me. We were watching a movie. Oh, it's called Upgrade, made in 2018 or 2019. And it's about this guy who gets hurt and they put this chip in his brain. And with the chip comes this intelligence and it talks to him and, sort of like, but anyway, it talks to him. And in that movie, the big rich guy who's doing the thing, his name is Aaron. He's the big rich guy who's developed the chip and it's all secret. And he developed it. And if you replace the R with an L in his name, you get Elon.
Oh.
Yeah. Well said. STEM. Named it STEM. That's right. It was good. Me and the wife, the evil one, actually enjoyed the movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's got a surprise twist in that. Now, partway through it, I'm calling it. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's this. But then, like, the things that seem obvious at the end, you're like, well, I was right, but for the wrong reasons. I enjoyed it. It was a good flick.
Okay.
Yep.
Tuck that one away.
Tuck that one away just in case. Because humans aren't amazing enough without a chip. It's, I don't know. I've got thoughts. It's the future. There's future there. How do you do that, though? How do you capture the consciousness of a person in a computer? How could you do that? How could you even consider doing that? Once the juicy brain part is not there, the person's not there.
The essence. Right?
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I want it to be. I'm a transhumanist. I'd love to be able to have it to where I could use quantum technology to like sync your brain, right? In a computer somewhere. So your consciousness is synced quantumly. Just you. It's over there like a backup. And if anything happens, they can just reprint you and put your consciousness back in it. That'd be very cool. I don't see it happening. Would it be very cool? I don't think it could happen. Mickey 17. That's kind of an example of that. Have you seen Mickey 17 yet?
I don't think so.
The first 3 quarters of the movie I found very interesting, very cool, very funny. Last quarter of the movie is like, oh man, I get it. We got me, but yeah. Let me see what's going on here. Al Trucker, Carrie Ann Chrysler. But we need, Sapphic Hazard says, but we need actual science to develop that technology. That's right. And Donald Trump is gutting all the science. Mm-hmm. Gutting all the science. I had an older individual approach me not one while back. I think I told you about it. He was talking about how his wife is having Alzheimer's. And I'm thinking of these guys as Trumpers, just from what I know of them. And I was like, too bad they're cutting back all the science and research on that, huh? So, they don't care until it happens to them. Philip Lister is here. Good morning. Good afternoon, Philip Lister. I hope you're having a great day. Quantum doesn't work that way, but there are possibilities if we stop putting all our money into oppression. Ember, I'd actually have to explain it better than what I did there. I know what I'm talking about, quantum entanglement, that sort of thing. Yeah. But none of it works that way, really, or we'd have figured it out. One of the things about Star Trek and their teleporters is, man, you die every time. You die. You die. But here's an interesting thing. You die all the time. There's like a mini you every second of every day. And as the present leaves, it becomes the past. And the person who is you in the past is gone immediately. Right? Technically. You can't. Yeah. So it's kind of in the same way. It's the same thing. Cyberpunk 2077. I've never played Cyberpunk 2077. I may have to check it out. Trump supporters hate science. Yes, they do, Philip Lister. Yes, they very much do.
Oopies. Sorry.
Oopies. I'm going to read our fan funding here, guys. Today we had a member. Aaron Non Sequitur has been a member for 7 months and Lieutenant Jedi for 9 months. Thank you guys both for re-upping your memberships. I am going to, I think I'm going to do our new commercial again. And then for those people who haven't seen it, and we'll let you go, Ryan. You have a wonderful weekend.
Let me go.
Don't do that thinning that you're going to do. And
love you guys. I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for the support and see you Monday.
Sin safe. All right, here's that thing, and we'll be back in just a minute to wrap up the show. Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No. I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my...
Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love.
I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No!
Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved.
Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better, and that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
All right, my friends, you have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you Monday. Stand safely. Take care.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booth, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the goat